Good evening and welcome to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast, where we inspire, we encourage, and we empower you to live a healthier lifestyle. The purpose of this video is to give you knowledge and make you aware of certain topics that occur or happen in your life, like spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, as well. Those type of things. All those things kind of work together. And so my purpose here is to provide you with knowledge, workshops, and speakers, and everyone to kind of help you along the way, help us all along the way. And so this is the first month of the year, y'all. And there has been a lot of things going on at this beginning of the year. So my topics have all been about things that happen in the winter. And so before I get into my broadcast, there is some things that housekeeping that I need to do. I just want to let you know that if you are on Facebook, you can support me by sending stars. Stars help me to earn money to make more content. You can also support me by sending stars through the CTR Media Network as well. So, my name is Anna. I'm the host of the Anna L. Brothers podcast, but I'm also an author, a retired school teacher, an entrepreneur. I'm a health coach as well as a jewelry consultant, and I am a certified cake instructor. And so I am here today to just give you a little knowledge on January. And so before I begin, I want to let you know that I do have a website. This is my website. And so if you go to my website, you can explore the opportunities to showcase your services and products with Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast. You can secure a spot today. You can reach out to me at Listine1 at Gmail as well. You can also, if you're interested in being a guest on my program, you can also reach me through there as well as my email. I do want to let you know that I do go live on Facebook and Instagram with my jewelry on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Friday morning. So if you're interested in that, on Thursdays, you can watch me on Instagram. This is my Instagram account. And then on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, you can watch me on my Facebook account, which is right there at the bottom of the counter. But since I've been doing this, I've been trying to build my YouTube channel. So I am going to ask all of you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I have strolling down at the bottom of the broadcast. So I think that is all of my housekeeping for today. So I am going to break now for a commercial. And then when I come back, we're going to start on hobbies. Okay, hold on.
Oh my goodness, the mailman came. I hope my sweet little thing cookie's in here. I just hope it's in here. Let me see. Let me open this up. That's it. That's it. Sweet little thing cookies. That sweet little thing cookies. Oh, I'ma have me a ball now. Let me just get this right here. Little thing cookies. That sweet little thing cookies. Oh, yeah. I finally got my cookies. This sweet little thing cookies. Oh, yeah. I'ma have fun. This package kind of big, though. Man, it got a lot of cookies. Oh, yeah. This the best day ever. I'm trying to tell you, I got my cookies, and I'm gonna eat these cookies, and ain't nobody gonna stop me. Wait, what?
Marie, what you doing, man? You can't have those cookies right now. I'm sorry, we about to eat dinner. Once we finish dinner, then you can have those cookies. Go ahead, put them up. Go ahead, put them up.
Are you serious, bruh? I got sweet Lestain cookies, and now I gotta wait for dinner? Fine, can I at least look at the cookies? Thank you. Oh my goodness, I have waited all this time now. I gotta do all this. Fine. Oh yeah. I got my hands on some sweet Lestain cookies. But I can't eat them right now because bruh talking about I gotta wait to dinner. Okay, I'ma do that. But once I finish that, it's gonna be on, y'all.
All righty, we are back and ready to get started with let me pull up my presentation. Diverse Delights, Hobbies for All Ages, Unleashing the Passion and the Creativity. Some of you might not know, but January is National Hobby. It's National Hobby Month, okay? There's a lot of things that go on in January, which I was not aware. I knew it was National Soup Month, but I did not realize that it was National Hobby Month as well. And you know, I love hobbies. I am a hobby girl, and because they're so relaxing. So let's talk about it. National Hobby Month is observed in January. It encourages people to explore, discover, and indulge in hobbies that bring joy and satisfaction. Hobbies can contribute to personal well being by providing a creative outlet, reducing stress, and offering a sense of accomplishment. This month long celebration encourages individuals to try new activities or dedicate time to existing passions as well. So, like I told you, I am really, really and truly into hobbies. I have always been a hobby girl. I think my mother started me off sewing when I was young. So I've been sewing. I still sew. As I got older, I got into quilting. And so I'm still quilting. She also started me on knitting. So I knit. I'm a knitter. You know, and there's some other little things. I dibble and dabbed in jewelry before I started kind of like selling the jewelry. I just like crafts. I'm a crafty person, and I just love. It's just so relaxing to me. The crafting is, and it's not all about crafting. It's about hobbies, and so let's move on, and then we'll make another. Do another commercial. You know, whether it's painting, gardening, reading, playing musical instruments, or any other interest, National Hobby Month is a reminder to invest time in activities that foster personal growth and happiness. It's an excellent opportunity for people to share their hobbies, inspire others, and bring a sense of community around the common interests. So, whether you are delving into a new hobby or deepening your engagement with an existing one, National Hobby Month is a celebration of the diverse and enriching world of personal interests and pastime. So when I was putting this broadcast out or advertising for it, I asked the question, what was your hobby? Do you have a hobby? Um, really and truly, hobbies are good for your well being. And that is what my podcast is about, all the well being of an individual. You just don't know how relaxing it can be when you're doing that. It kind of releases all of that stress. And so, most of the people that know me know that I'm also an avid gardener. So, I love to garden. I was raised in the South, and we had gardens. We had flower gardens, we had vegetable gardens, and we have herb gardens. And so as once I, got married and got my own home and everything, so I started experimenting with gardening. And it's been a learning experience. I'm still learning about it, but I truly enjoy it. And believe it or not, in February is kind of when I start doing my gardening. I have like a enclosed back porch, and downstairs in my laundry room I plant little seedings and let them grow. I find that when I do that, it's my flowers turn out better once I let them grow. Well, sometimes I do plant from seed. Some of my flowers I will plant from seeds, like my zinnias and stuff like that. But I am truly, and I am also an avid reader. I do read a lot. I read a lot. I research a lot. So reading is good for you. I used to get in trouble for reading. Put that book down and do your chores, and all of those things. I guess I played a musical instrument. My mother was into piano, and so I can play the piano a little bit, just a little bit. Okay. So now we are going to break again for a commercial, and then we're going to come back. And what I did was I broke some of well, I'm giving you, I didn't break it, but I broke it up into categories. Young children, and by young children I mean ages from two, I would say from maybe 2 to 6, 2 to 5. Okay, that's young children. I could have given you activities for infants, but infants don't really have a hobby. So, and then young adults, adolescents, and so I broke it up into different like categories. So we're going to take each category a little bit and talk about it. But before we do that, I'm going to break now for another commercial. I'll be right back.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
All righty, we are back. And so let's take a look at activities or hobbies for young children. And you might not think they're hobbies, but they really are. Just think about the times that you have given your young child a piece of paper to draw on, a coloring book to color. And sometimes you might do it with them, but most of the times you can give them that and they will be busy for a while coloring. That is a hobby. Now, Legos are hobbies too. And they have many, many people start young, but they have many, many competitions with the Lego building. But it's just great. It's good for fine motor skills as well. When you're doing, it's good for the colors because you can talk about the colors in it. So Legos is an excellent tool or hobby for young children. What about storytelling or creating simple stories? Um, Believe it or not, that age group really loves to tell stories. Um, and it's just simple stories. Have you ever? I know I remember, I'm going to tell you this. When I had my baby, which was years ago, I used to read to her every night. You know, she loved the stories. It got to the point where she had a favorite book and she could read that book to me because she had read it so many times or heard it so many times. And she would be so expressive with it. So, storytelling or creating simple stories is great for the young children. And you know what? Play Doh sculpturing. Now, I'm going to tell you for real. I had Play-Doh in my classroom, but I just could not stand it at my house because it would get hard and crumble all up, be all over the place and everything. But children love it, and it's a great hobby. You can give that to them as well, and then they will, you can tell them to make you something. I remember the children in the classroom; they would be cooking with it, making certain things, and please do not forget about the outdoor exploration and nature walks, because when you're on those, you go outside, you can just have the child go outside and look and explore things. I see what they can observe and do nature walks. They, go through the park and walk. But these are little hobbies and things that um, the young children can do. All right, let's break for a commercial, and then I'll be back and I'm going to talk to you about adolescence. Just a short commercial.
Join the She Trucking Foundation today and be a part of a supportive community of women in the trucking industry. Unlock exclusive access to valuable resources, including mentorship, educational workshops, and networking opportunities. Whether you're an experienced professional or just starting your trucking journey, She Trucking is here to empower you and help you thrive. Visit www.shetrucking.com to join us and drive your trucking career to new heights.
Alrighty, I am back, and we are going to talk about adolescents' hobbies. Now, adolescents are a little bit older than the younger children, but they need hobbies as well. And I'm going to say, it was in my adolescent years where I kind of began some of the hobbies that I still have today. Um, Photography. Do you remember getting a camera and taking pictures? I can remember. I don't even want to say all this because I'm showing my age, okay? But cameras and pictures and stuff like that. Now they take pictures and stuff on your phone, and you can download them and all things. And people are selfies. You see the young ones doing all of this, and texting and doing all of that. This is the age also where learning about a musical instrument. It is during this age. And usually in the school systems, they will start you on if they have a band, they will start you on a musical instrument. So sometimes you can take that musical instrument and take it far, far, go very, very far with it. I have seen, I'll use my granddaughter as an example. She started with violin at the age, I think she was in second grade. And she is still playing that violin today. She's getting ready to go to college, but she's not going to major in the music. She's going to major in something else, but she can always use that thing. She's been playing with the orchestra. She's got a scholarship with it. She's very talented. So it's always good to do something else. It is also at this age where creative writing or journaling comes in. Now, that's what they're calling it, but Writing in a diary. You all remember writing in the diary? You had your diary. That's what that is. That's creative writing or journaling. So you're writing down your feelings. You're writing down, uh, what's going on. But it's usually during this age where they kind of get into writing down their feelings. It's a great tool, a great hobby to have because it also helps them to reflect on how they were feeling at a certain time. And then years later, they can look at that journal. They're going to laugh at it, but they can look at it and say, oh, wow. Also, the creative writing or journaling, I'm not going to say it's just for girls because boys do it too. Okay. But they might be writing something in sports or something like that. But it does happen and it's good for the mind. Coding and programming, I'm going to say leans more toward the males or the boys. They like, but some girls like coding and programming as well. But these are just the ages where some of these things appear. And then you have team sports or individual sports like skateboarding and bicycle riding, where you do anything. You have a lot of that going on during the adolescence uh, period in life as well. So we're going to take another commercial break, and then we are going to come back, and we're going to talk about the young adult. What kind of hobbies? And keep in mind that these are all just suggestions because there are many out there. There are many, many, many hobbies. But this is the beginning of the year, and you might want to put that in your schedule. Oh, I'm going to do. Some people think exercising is a hobby, and it might be to them. There is no way that you can uh, decide what is a hobby. It's the individual person uh, feeling on that, what they're doing. So let's take this brief commercial break, and then we will be back to talk about young adults.
Does this resonate with you? Has a company ripped you off in the past? SettleShark is changing how consumers get money back from companies. SettleShark assists consumers during the entire process, from beginning to end. Our process is simple, convenient, affordable, and powerful. You're in control. We are here to help you. Contact us today at www.settleshark.com or call 1-888-704-0708.
All righty, we are back. And thank you for joining us. If you're just joining us now, we are talking about hobbies, the passion, and different hobbies. This is believe it or not, January is National Hobby Month. I did not know that, so I learned something myself. That's the good part about this. I'm learning along with everyone else. So for young adults, now painting or digital art. Okay. Now, digital art is what they do, I guess, on the computer. They have that print shop and all of those things. But painting, you know, I tried to get into painting. I still like painting. They used to have this technique called one stroke. Oh, and I just love the way it's the way you stroke the uh, the 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 whatever you was painting is the way you could paint this on everything. You could make cards, you could make furniture, you could just do all kinds of things with it. I bought all the stuff for it, and I still haven't done anything with it. But I eventually I think that I will. I bought books on it. I got CDs because I love that. It is so creative, and you can do so many things with it. And I vowed this year that I was going to make all of my gifts for Christmas. So that is what I am anticipating on doing. Cooking and baking. I started cooking. I'm not going to say as a young adult. Um, I'm going to say as an adolescent, I started cooking. Well, I'm going to put it like this. I didn't have a desire to cook, but I had a desire to bake. And so I have been baking since about 7 or 8 years old. And I had an interest in that. And my mother, because I had an interest in it, my mother bought me a little cookbook. I still have that cookbook today. It's a picture cookbook. And you could follow the pictures and you could make different, desserts and things like that. And it's just later on in my, as I got older, I became an instructor. And it was just by chance. God places things in your life sometimes that you don't really know that you're qualified to do those type of things. And that's exactly what happened. And I hate to say it, but I taught elementary school, the babies, and I also taught cake decorating. And I taught cake decorating for over 20 years, y'all. I did it part time, but it was such a thing, and I still enjoy it to this day. I tried to start a business, which I still do have my business, but COVID set in and it kind of set me back. But it's building. Now I'm doing so many other things. I still bake and I bake for people, but it's only on a call base. And you'll see that I do have a a page on my baking, and I offer suggestions and I do demos and stuff like that. Graphic design, y'all. Ooh, I don't know. I've never really got into graphic design. I'm gonna tell you, when I really got into graphic design was when got into social media. But there are a lot of children that like graphic design because they do videos. They do, it's more prevalent uh, uh, now for young adults than it was, when I was growing up. DIY craft and projects. Oh, they love this. They love this. I know when I was teaching, they love to do projects. And we all know that they love playing video games or game development, which is so great for our children. And it helps them uh, build those critical thinking skills as well. So, we're going to take another commercial. And then when we come back, I'm dropping papers, we are going to talk about adults, some hobbies that adults can participate in or do. So just hold on one moment. I'll be right back um, in just a few.
Well, you have any closing remarks before we head out?
Y'all, please support the movement of CTR Media Network. I'm telling you, being a part of this amazing media family, I have the support. They support us in all that we do. We have questions, they take the time out to advise and mentor. So definitely check out the different plethora of shows that are on the network. I promise you, and I'm not saying this because I'm part of the family, but I promise you, you will be uplifted, inspired, educated, motivated, all the good stuff that we all need to carry ourselves out through the day. So definitely go check it out, y'all.
Awesome. I definitely appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it.
I am a part of the CTR Media Network. I'm very proud to be of it. It is a Black-owned network that is doing some extraordinary things. And that was another blessing. That's why my podcast is called Sweet Blessings. It was another blessing that fell into um, that God provided for me. But we want to talk about adult hobbies. So I've already mentioned gardening because I am an avid gardener. I read books on it. Each year I get better at it. I really want to have a pond outside with fish in it, with the lily pads and all that. I just haven't got there yet. But I like flowers in my house. I like cutting them. It is tedious, but once those flowers start growing, and I'm in a garden club, yeah. So gardening is and when I retired, um, I joined that garden club because I wanted to perfect my gardening, and it has helped me a great deal. They have speakers to come in, so if you're interested in something, research it, okay? And I've learned so much. They have nature center. The people who own the nature center, they come in and talk about the invasive flowers because, believe it or not, you have invasive flowers in your yard. Those dandelions and the clovers and all of those are invasive plants that they come every year and spread everywhere. But you can also have flowers that spread like lamb's ear. It spreads every year. I pull that up and give it to people every year. Um, Let me tell you now, this is a garden story. When I first started gardening, I planted these sweet peas. I love sweet peas, but I did not know that sweet peas go everywhere. And I am still, every year I have to weed out and pull out sweet peas because they go everywhere. I mean, they have traveled all around to the side of my house. Okay. So I am trying to get those up because sweet peas is an invasive flower. It is a flower, but it will take over. I'm serious. It takes over. So that's the gardening. If you're interested in gardening, look it up. You can go to your library. Sometimes my library had a class on gardening in containers. And you would think that they were talking about pots, but they were not. They took milk cartons. They took everything and made a garden out of it. It motivated me so much that I came home. And that's when I kind of got into my little things. I learned about what the fertilizer you put in it, the different things that, you can do to keep things, the insects and stuff like that out. Uh, Besides the gardening, I have plants in the house now. Don't I am a plant person, so I have plants in the house. But reading or joining a book club, um, I have not joined a book club, but I am an avid reader. I thought about joining the book club, but um, what is holding me back from doing that is that I don't always read the book in a timely fashion so that when I go to the club, I can discuss it because I have so much, like I said, so much on my plate but I do read. Sometimes I read. The book is looking at me at night, but I do read. And not just, I read, exercise stuff. I like to research things. If I don't know it, I want to research it so I can find out, at least get some type of idea about it. If that doesn't satisfy me, then I'm going to go to a specialist in that area who could shed a little light on something. And that's when I bring the people here sometimes to discuss those. But hiking or outdoor fitness activities. Remember what I told you about the exercise and then the biking and the playing tennis and all of those things. Now, when I was smaller, I hiked. I was a hiker. I was a campfire girl. This is a little thing like Girl Scouts. And we would go hiking, serious hiking. I can remember one time we went to we took a train to Wisconsin. And when we got off the train, we had to walk 10 miles to a little store, okay? And some people from the uh, area where we were going to be staying, I guess it was camp or whatever, they picked us up at the store. Oh, we was sweaty, all kind of stuff, but it was so much fun. And to let you know, you see, I still remember that from years ago. That was when I was little, but I really love the hiking. And I don't hike, but I'm a walker. I walk. That's kind of how I do my exercise. It says playing a musical instrument or joining a band. Well, I told you that I play a little piano. I never was in a band, but I do play a little piano. But uh, just think about all the other people. You don't have to. It's just an interest, something that you can get into. Some people learn a new language. Okay, they might be taking a trip to Spain and they want to learn Spanish, so they take that up. That's a hobby. Um, Believe it or not, join a choir. Now I am somewhat in a choir. I like the choir. This is a choir for senior people and age 55 and older. And it is a wonderful experience. And I'll tell you how I got involved in that choir was through my hospital. My mother was ill and she really had dementia. And the research showed that music really helps patients with dementia. And the social worker at the hospital where my mother was being seen um, gave me a list of activities that I could involve my mother in. And one of those was a choir, and it was called Sounds Good Choir. And I've had the CEO and his wife on to tell their story. You can go and look it up on YouTube, that presentation. But it was the most rewarding thing for my mother, who couldn't sing a lick. But baby, when she went to that choir, she would have her music and she would be like, oh, she was just overjoyed with it. So by her being happy, it made me happy. I'm still in, my mother passed 2 years ago, but I'm still involved in that choir. Um, so join something where it makes you feel good and do all those things. And you see the next one, what it says is learn a new language or take up a cultural hobby like dancing. Now let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Uh, a new language, no. I took French in high school, but if anybody knows me, they know I like to dance. And so I do what is called a motivational movement thing. And I do that on TikTok and sometimes I do it on Facebook. But just to get people to in the idea of moving. Some people think that uh, they just, you get they retire and they get stiff because they don't move. They don't move. You gotta move. You gotta move. I have no problems in moving. Okay. But as long as you are moving, your muscles and all of those things stay. Uh, they don't stiff up on you. Because as you get older, things happen. Don't get me wrong. I have things that go wrong, but maybe I work on it. Right now I have a finger that's bothering me, and at first I thought it was Arthur. But it's not Arthur. It's something else the doctor told me. And so I exercise my and it's this one. You wouldn't even know it. You would not know which one it is. But it is he said he could give me some steroid or something. I don't want, I'm leery of those type of things. But sometimes I can put this finger down and it doesn't want to come back up. Okay, it gets stuck there, and I gotta put it up like that. But I just do exercise every day on it, and so it's gotten better. Um, and I'm going to continue, to do that. But movement is very important. And you just don't want to move your body, you got to move everything, your shoulders, everything. So just, when you're at home cleaning up or doing stuff, go ahead on and let loose. Ain't nobody in the house but you and your family. Just let loose and just bop around. Sometimes when I'm cooking dinner, after I have the music on, I do my little thing. And I used to watch television. I don't watch television too much now, but I used to watch television. And when the commercials would come on, I would get up and step, do my stepping. And you'll be surprised because most of the commercials last 5 minutes. So an hour long thing, and you're gonna watch a commercial. Uh, you can time yourself with the commercial. Seriously. So we are going to take one last break, y'all, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to wrap it up for you about the hobbies. All right, here we go. This is going to be a testimonial about.
Listen, if anybody's interested in getting into podcasting, grab this book. Go on Amazon, grab this book. It goes with me almost everywhere. This book has like a workbook. It has places you can fill it in. It tells you how to monetize your podcast. It tells you how to set it up. It tells you about sponsorships. Listen, go on Amazon, get this book. And this is the Bible for podcasters. Listen, it was ranked #1 in podcasting books. Look right here. Best new podcasting book by Book Authority. Right there. Boom. And a little secret. Y'all, when you grab this book, I think it's page 43, there is a code on there. Listen, you can get access to her class, her course. Get her course. It's worth hundreds of dollars. But this book is less than $50. Grab this book on Amazon. I'm telling you, I carry it everywhere. She is the best. Grab this book on Amazon.
All righty. So like I said, if you're interested in getting into podcasting, Dr. Tina Ramsey is the person to go to. And you can reach her at CTR Media Network. So, National Hobby Month. These are just some starting points, you all. And individuals may find joy in a wide range of hobbies based upon their interests and preferences. The key is to explore different activities and find what brings fulfillment and enjoyment to you. So, with that being said, I just want to, I hope that in this episode, some kind of way, I inspired you. I also hope that in some kind of way, I have encouraged you. And I hope that in some kind of way, I have empowered you to live a healthier lifestyle. So I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. And also, I would like to, I always there's some little things that I would do at the end, but I always like to end all of my lives, broadcasts, and everything with my 3 L's. And so this evening, I'm going to tell you to live your life. You need to live your life to the fullest. Do those things that make you, just make you feel so good. And then the second thing is that you want to laugh. Laughter is so good for you. It really is good for the soul. And the last thing is love. Self-love is the most important love. So you want to love everybody. Okay, that's what the Bible says. You love everybody. And I know it's difficult, but my grandmother said you can love everyone with a long wooden spoon. So keep that in mind so you don't go around hating anyone. And just remember the most important person to love is you. And so with that, I'm going to bid you adieu. I come here every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come and join me for the Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers show and podcast. Have a great evening.